Hey guys, I'm gonna be doing a review today of a guitar that is not reviewed properly on the internet. It's the I don't know if you can see it. It's the Ibanez Ichika Nito signature B-roll. So as you can see, the aesthetics speak for themselves. You don't need to watch this review for me to tell you that this is a beautiful guitar. You clicked on this video because you saw it online or you saw it being played by Ichika and be like, oh my fucking god, that's amazing. That looks amazing. It's nothing like we've ever seen before. At least personally, it's nothing like I've seen before. There's stuff like Strandbergs and the custom shop Ormsby's and the Aristides, but that's like a higher price level. And this comes in at around give or take $1,000 if you live in the US. Just go to Google and just convert that. So I got this from Thoman, and you don't really need to know how I got it. Why am I talking about it? Let's talk about the guitar. So if you haven't read the spec sheet yet, quick rundown. Roasted maple fingerboard, roasted maple neck, 3 single coils, Ibanez in-house branded. We got a 5-way switch and a Dynamics 8, and we got 1 master volume and 1 master tone. And that's pretty much it. I mean, they got this system with the headless tuners right here. The way it works is that you lock it in here, and then the ball end gets fed through here, and you tune it using these wheels. Yeah, you got your truss rod adjusting system here, and you got, get this, you got gold frets. Ain't that crazy? I think they're stainless steel. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah. I'm gonna just give you a quick sound demo of how this thing sounds like. I don't play a lot of Ichika Nito, so forgive me if that was some shitty playing. I want to talk about something that you should consider before buying this. So when I first got this, I really wanted a headless for a long time, and I just think they're like the coolest thing in the world. And I finally got one because like I'm a fan of Ichika Nito, and I'm a fan of modern guitar players like Tim Henson and Yvette Young, and you know the gist. And that was a mistake. That was a mistake because I got this guitar purely just by looking at its aesthetics, and when I got the guitar, knowing full well I have 3 single coils, I was disappointed in the sound. I mostly play with a lot of high gain. I dabble in a little bit of neo soul playing as well. So I thought, okay, I'll just get this guitar. It'll be my, I like the single coil high gain sound. And I thought so too because like bands like Kadinja and that the guitarist Pierre Danel, he has a really good single coil tone, and it's like overdriven single coil, and it just sounds amazing. And I thought I was gonna be able to like replicate that with this, but it's either I suck at tone chasing or it's just that the guitar wasn't up to my needs. So with that being said, I was a high gain player, and first thing I did was test it on my presets, my high gain presets that I usually use in my 7 strings and my 6 strings as well. And there's one pickup selection here that makes you use the middle and the bridge pickup in series or parallel. If you turn the dynamic switch on, it uses these things together and acts like a humbucker. Now I've seen sound demos from the internet thinking, oh, they don't really sound that different from the Q54s that has the humbuckers. And I wasn't really worried about that until I got it, and here's how it sounds. I'm out of tune, but who gives a shit? You might argue that it's not a bad sound, but there's just something missing. You can still tell that it's a single coil, and it's just underwhelming in a way. I know you could get away with EQ for the most part in the post-production and mixing and all of that, but when you get a guitar, not only does it have to feel good, it has to sound the way you envision it in your head. Because, for example, a lot of Strat players have been playing Strats their whole life, and they like that twangy, spanky pickup tone, right? And then they're like, oh, I'm like 28 now, I should get myself a Gibson just for, you know, to balance out my collection. And they get a Gibson, they play it in store, and it's just like, why is it so muddy, right? To them, it's muddy because they're Strat players. The same way for me, I'm a metal player and I like high gain, and this is not the best thing to do it. This is not the best guitar to do it. So, just fair warning, I did this review because I wanted to tell everyone, if you play a lot of clean stuff, if you're into non-metal stuff, this guitar is fucking perfect. I fucking love this guitar, but I'm not really much of a collector, so this is gonna have to be sent back. But yeah, like if you don't play a lot of metal, or even like, let's say maximum something like Polyphia, right? Something like Polyphia works well. So yeah, as you can tell, that sounded really good, right? That sounded really good. And it stays in tune really well. That's something that I could say. I'm not shilling, but it stays in tune really well. Like, I've brought this guitar, went out with it, went to my friend's house. I opened up the guitar when I was at his house, and then it's fucking in tune. It's amazing. It's gonna operate pretty much like a normal guitar. The way you tune, the way you play, the way you change pickups, the way you sculpt the tone, everything, just except you're doing the tuning down here, except instead of up here. And it's really light, so it comes at about like 2 to 3 kilograms. So yeah, just 2 ratings. If you're a high gain guitar player, you mostly play a lot of high gain, this guitar is a solid 7 out of 10. And if you're anything else but that, and there's 3 single coils with the humbucker, this is a solid 10 out of 10. It's perfect in every way. Yeah, I don't know how to end this video. Real quick, here's a summary of the pros and cons of this guitar.